Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan. Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. To start things off, as we normally do, is 16.3. Now, I have to be perfectly honest with you. Today, I labeled, does the CGM insertion hurt? Well, if it did hurt, I would be the biggest whip. But there's little things you can do. First of all, yes, a needle goes in. The needle comes right out. And you're left with a catheter. Out of all the CGMs, sorry, let's not move my hand in front of my face, I have changed in my time. I can just count on my one hand the number that actually hurt. I have heard stories of doing ice, but having ice could actually make infection. I just wipe it off with alcohol, put the device on, click it in, and it's in. I've had more pain from just doing an insulin needle than a CGM insertion. I would suggest if you were going for an insulin pump with a CGM that you look online and find out your brand of CGM, because it does no good for me to watch Omnipod to learn how to put in, Dexcom, if I'm going to use a Medtronic. You have to be open and follow what they say. They've done research. Now, CGM, I've seen people putting it on their arms, their arm. The upper arm works best. The stomach works the best. For adults, they don't suggest the backside. For kids, they do. You want to make sure that your device, wherever it's going to be implanted, is not going to be bothered by waistbands or where you're going to put pressure on. Because if you put it in your backside and you're sitting all day, you could have what they call a compression low, where you're putting pressure on it and it's reading. Sorry, I did do that again, didn't I? And it's giving you a false low. So make sure that you only keep a tube in your body for as long as your company recommends. For a CGM unit for myself, it's 7 days. For the tubing and such that carries the insulin, it's only 3. Though they have brought out modifications now where they have it extended. You want to ensure that you read all you can before you start. Make sure you go for your training. Medtronic has a network of people across Canada, and I'm sure it's pretty much the same in the States, where you are taught by qualified trainer. I'm lucky. My qualified trainer is my diabetic nurse. Yes, the first time you're going to do it, you're going to be all nervous and wondering, am I going to do it right? I think once you kind of have walked through it with a nurse and then you walk through it by yourself, you're going to find, oh, I can do this now, boop, boop, boop. And before you know it, you're done. But don't go crazy in speed. There's reasons why you don't have speed rounds for putting in a Dexcom or putting in a Guardian sensor. Because you need to take your time, but it can be done, I don't know, in less than 10 minutes. Always keeping yourself educated is the best way. I talked about doing things easy, and I hate to say it. Still high. Yeah, I'm still showing 15.4, but have an arrow going down. That's just an aside. But I learned the hard ways. I was shown once, and then, oh, well, yeah, I figured I'd screw up so many. Now, with Medtronic, the nice thing is, if you screw up and you can't use the Guardian sensor or the one you have, they will ship out a new one. Their customer service is excellent. They're not going to leave you without an insulin pump, which was a deciding factor for me, because if I had to go back on shots, it would almost be like overnight. I'd start swinging back and forth. You're going to find CGM. This is kind of an aside now. So basically, CGMs are not going to hurt. Once you get into they don't hurt, you get them in, and you're running and you're ready to go again. You're going to learn little tricks. People will tell you they have a whole bunch of hacks. My best thing is to say, don't follow the hacks. You want the best out of your CGM. You want your CGM to read. Now, Medtronic has a new sensor coming out, which you won't have to calibrate. Right now, we need to calibrate twice a day. That's not great. What I like about this new pump is it automatically calibrates. I type in a blood sugar, type it in, sorry, I say type it in, but my glucometer sends the information to the pump, it reads it, and it's calibrated. So there's less chance of you being out somewhere where you're not going to be able to have a chance to work with your pump. People, I like to tell you to have your kit with you whenever you go out. And for me, I have my glucometer, insulin. I have a change on my of all my pump supplies. I have low stuff. And I take this with me wherever I go. Doesn't have to be a big bag. Personally, mine's a big bag. But for you, have one where you could quickly change the pump if you had to, if your tubing got caught, if you knocked off your sensor. The quicker you could deal with it, the more success you'll have. I think I just said that in the low video recently. But dealing with anything quickly. As soon as, if you're in a meeting, get out of the meeting and do it. Say, can we have 5? I don't think you really need to say anymore. But does it hurt? No. Is it a valuable tool? Sorry, it's backwards. Is it a valuable tool? Yes, it is. And with that, we're going to call it a day. CGMs don't hurt. Because once the needle's out of it, if it hurts, something went wrong. Anyway, have a great day. We'll talk later. Bye. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.